Right, welcome ladies and gents. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters Episode 1 Aftermath is hit, released today on Apple TV Plus, a streaming platform I had absolutely no interest in whatsoever. But hey, Godzilla, I might be tempted. I have watched the first episode. I tried it for free. It's the beauty of these streaming services. And this will be my review. We're going to touch on some subtle spoilers here and there. Not a lot, in fairness, because there's not a lot revealed in the first episode. I don't think there's really anything that I can spoil, if that makes sense. So, what is this about? Well, the episode itself was very good. I really enjoyed the first episode, actually. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a little bit bogged down by trying to lay the framework for the human mystery. But as a whole, I very much enjoyed the first episode overall. I thought it was really good, actually. But again, just ever so slight weight of trying to lay the framework for the human mystery. We follow Kate Randa, who is very clearly the granddaughter of Bill Randa, who was John Goodman's character in Kong Skull Island. We don't quite know who her father is yet. From what I can see, they've obviously shown her father, but I don't recognise him from anything in the series thus far, and that's where the mystery is. Who he is, what he was working on, and how he's associated with Monarch. That's kind of the baseline mystery. But we actually are treated to some great opening shots of John Goodman, brand new footage. From what I can tell, it's really good to see John Goodman. I think he's such a good actor, and I think he's exceptional in essentially anything he's in. He's great. He is so underutilized as an actor and underappreciated, so it was really good to see him. So we had him basically on Skull Island, running away from a Mother Longlegs. Charging away, running away, filming something, apologising to someone because he took something. We don't know what it is. Again, that's laying the framework for part of this supposed mystery. You know, he's chased down by this Mother Longlegs, and then boom, giant crab titan comes out the floor and battles with the Mother Longlegs. I say Mother Longlegs, I think it is a Mother Longlegs. And that's kind of it. That's the last we see of John Goodman. I really do hope we revisit his character and we see more of him throughout this series, because he is such a good actor, and I really liked his character in Kong Skull Island. So yeah, I'd love to see more of that. And then we flash forward to the day of, well, essentially shortly after the events of Godzilla in San Francisco. So Kate is flying to Tokyo, Japan, and her father's dead. She needs to go settle his affairs. Cool, fine. She goes into his apartment building, and turns out his father also had another family. They're in this apartment. Mystery ensues, because again, it's centered around her father, Kate Randa's father, and who he is, why he felt the need to apparently have two family. Who knows? Cheeky sod. Who knows? Just getting his end away, I guess. And it's kind of laying that framework. They go into his office, her and her half-brother, find a safe, find some Monarch files, which actually were the same Monarch files John Goodman had, and there you go, there's the interconnectedness. We're also flashing backwards and forwards. So we flash backwards to, I think it was 1959, if I remember rightly, and we see Wyatt Russell, and who will be Kurt Russell in the future. They're playing the same character, but we see Wyatt Russell playing a younger version of Kurt Russell, which is great casting, to be honest, because clearly they do look the same. And he's with Kate Randa's grandmother, so Bill Randa's wife, or will be, yeah, wife. Anyway, and they're sort of investigating something in Kazakhstan. Pretty certain it was Kazakhstan. So we're treated to some new little mutos, not actual mutos, new Titan type things anyway. And that's laying the framework for what will presumably be Kurt Russell's sort of introduction later down the line in the present day. That's kind of it. That is the story thus far. The mystery is who Kate Randa's father is, why and how he is associated with Monarch, what his connection is, why he had the files, what he was working on, because there's clearly a map of something in his office. In fairness, it does look like the underground channels that Godzilla used to get around. It looks like parts of the Hollow Earth, kind of. That's my thoughts and theories about what they're trying to do framework-wise. It looks like it looks like they were all investigating the underground channels that connect up, where these titans can kind of pop up from and things like that. But it's interesting nonetheless. I will say, from the off, it's actually very well shot. I've never seen anything from Legendary TV Productions before, because this is still Legendary. They sold it to Apple, but it is still a Legendary TV production. It's very well shot. It's really, really well done, actually. The scenes with Godzilla from San Francisco, because we see another angle of that, more boots on the ground, terrified sort of style, was really, really good. Beautifully done. Nowhere near as dark as what we got in 2014's Godzilla, which I'm sure many people appreciate. But it was really well shot. The visual effects are great. They're superb. The CGI stand out. It works really, really well. It all just looks great, quite frankly. And you really do get a sense of fear for Godzilla and what this means, the emergence of Godzilla, what this means for the planet, for the world, for humans. Insignificant little flies by comparison to this gigantic monster. And it's fascinating stuff. It's just really well shot. I don't know, I strong recommendation for the first episode. I thought it was really, really good. I don't know how much of this sort of story is going to feel bogged down by this mystery. And there is Kate Randa and her half-brother, played by Ren Watanabe, I think it is, off the top of my head. And then got Kersey Clemens, who plays Ren Watanabe's love interest type thing. I feel like that as a group, as a trio, are going to get a little bit weighted down. Kersey Clemens plays some like computer hacker, and it's a bit shit. It's not that great, and I feel like that's going to weigh the story down if they focus way too much on that and don't build out those characters and flesh them out a little bit more. But things I really did like and really did appreciate, we'll compliment sandwich it, shall we? So, good, bad, good. Good things, Japan, Tokyo, great that they've got all these massive military installations to combat Godzilla if he emerges. You would do that, right? Obviously, you would do that as a country. You see this gigantic monster, you'd go, don't really want him popping up on our shores unprepared. And there's massive, huge missile installations just on an overpass on the highway. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. So from a world building perspective, I really liked that. Bad thing, didn't need to tell me I was in Tokyo. If you didn't understand they were in Japan, Tokyo, from everything that preceded it, on a plane, getting off the plane, going through customs, then you're an idiot. And that's your fault. And you need to wise up on your IQ. That means you're a moron. So I really don't like it when they treat the audience like idiots. Granted, there will be idiots that watched it and went, oh, they're in Tokyo, Japan. Sure, stop catering to them. They're morons. They're never going to learn anyway. Other good thing, there is literally a Godzilla evacuation shelter underground. Love that. Great idea. Think that's brilliant. And that is absolutely unequivocally something you would do. Think that's really, really cool. Really just, again, great world building, quite frankly. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say, to be honest. Really like seeing Skull Island again. Can't wait to spend more time there, hopefully. And I really do hope this isn't going to just, again, get too weighed down with a human mystery aspect. And we see a good blend of monsters. I'm happy if humans are the focus and it's worthwhile and they build out the story and then they interconnect it with some monster action here and there, just to pepper in so we get an expansion of the world. Happy with that. Just don't weigh it down. Just go somewhere with it. So anyway, if you've seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. Drop a like and a share on this video if you enjoyed it. But thank you so much for watching. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.